shattering roar, and I heard the gulping cry of the woman. "She's still thinking like a human," Bath said in irritation, getting to her feet. "And they're going to scare the shit out of her. I'm going in there." As she moved toward the conference room, I took off my glasses and pretended to check them for smudges. Act calm. Easy. No problem. But my heart was racing a mile a minute. My head throbbed with the adrenaline rush. I ignored it, just like I did all the other physiological symptoms lately. I didn't have time to mess with them. Ryder pointed at her computer monitor, indicating that she was going to send me an instant message. I turned to my screen and waited.
"Yikes," she sent. "It sounds like they might be in there a while."
I typed back quickly. What exactly is going on? Did that guy really turn a human?
"Yup,"
she sent back.
"I got here just as they were shoving Sarah out the door. You know how B protects her. Ramsey, too."
Sarah was Bath's quiet, delicate sister. She normally hung around the agency until her mate Ramsey, a werebear, picked her up in the evening. It seemed that Sarah was a werewolf, and everyone had known this but me. Humans, always the last to know. But since I worked at a dating agency that catered exclusively to the paranormal, it made sense that someone on staff would be, well, paranormal. I glanced over at Ryder again. More than one someone. Sarah was just out of the closet, but Ryder was still in hiding. I put my hands on the keyboard.
"So do you have the scoop?" "Well," Ryder typed, "from what I've been able to overhear, it sounds like old Johnny fell in love with his girlfriend, and Uncle Vic in there did not approve, so Johnny turned her and decided to ask permission later. Can you believe that?"
That was bad. Really bad. Humans weren't supposed to know about supernaturals unless they were allowed into the Alliance first. And every human who'd been allowed into the Alliance was currently in this office. Me, Ryder, and Bathsheba. For supernatural, or soup as we like to call them, to reveal their true nature to a human was against the rules. To reveal their true nature and then turn a human into a shifter was worse than bad. It caused all kinds of problems. What if they broke up? What were human parents supposed to do with a were-tiger daughter? Who was going to explain why their cute little Lola had to use a scratching post and when Gonzo and the catnip was rolled out? By revealing his true nature to a human, Johnny had endangered everyone in the Alliance. The network was built on a tenuous trust of the other species, and now that had been broken. And it was going to play havoc with my plans. As the yelling in the other room increased, I pulled my notepad out again and looked at the list I'd been working on. Potential supernaturals. Were anything. Vampire. I frowned, displeased at how very short it was. Perhaps I was forgetting something?
"Hey, Ryder."
My coworker dragged her gaze away from the conference room where it had gotten awfully quiet again. I tapped my pencil on my desk, thinking as I stared down at the list. "Can you think of any supernaturals that can turn someone?"
"Turn someone?"
"You know, turn someone," I said. At her suspicious look, I pointed at the conference room, where a low, rumbling argument between two men could be heard, interspersed by an occasional higher voice that was probably Bathsheba trying to interject some common sense into the argument. Ryder shook her head.
"Bad timing," she mouthed. "Let it rest."
But I couldn't afford to let it rest. I stared down at the paper, thinking as the voices now rose in the conference room.
"This is abominable,"
Vic shouted.
"A disgrace!"
Ooh, abominable made me think of Yeti. Where Yeti? I wrote it down and put a question mark next to it. Then I scratched it out. No one in their right mind wanted to be